right? 8, 5, 2, 15. But we count it separately because we have to understand that it is separate. It's is it impartial or partial to all, whichever way you want to go at it, okay? And we live in the E world. Once you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that equals to 10. The difference between what is 9 and what is 10 is that 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. When you get to the fourth one, or the fourth side, you've gone on to the opposite side of this cube. There's only 3 opposite sides. So if I count the fourth side, I've jumped onto the other side. So it's 3. That's 1. Number 2, the leap year. They add in the day to finish the cycle, okay? The third one is when I add on 4 to this 6, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1, means I flipped on to the other side. Another thing about that is in the game of roulette, when you move up the range, and the range is right here because this is actually a tool, you move the range from 1 to 4 to 7, and on the fourth one, it's 10. 1 plus 7 equals to 10, right? But on this one, it's showing you that every third one is going to repeat. 1, 4, 7, and on the next one, it repeats. Do you follow what I'm saying? 1, 4, 7, 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I only made 3 movements.
Sorry, can you just repeat that last bit again, please, mate? I didn't get that.
Okay. When we're talking about repeating numbers, right? Row 1 is row 1. Row 2 is row 2. Row 3 is row 3. Okay. Right. When this number 1 repeats again, it will repeat again at 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Yeah. Right? The movement in here, although it went 9 years in order to get back to it, and it's every 9 years that it will repeat. Number 1, and in order to finish this cycle, we have to do this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one again in order to finish.
What are you actually talking about, though? The Earth, or what's the?
Okay, this is the part where I always have a little more difficult.
Okay, sorry.
What this is in the alphabet, in games, in the basic tools that we use in life, right? They're telling stories, and I need to explain how these tools are used and how I can get to the stories that are being told, okay? There's a lot of information for me that is hidden. Like when you see the 9 here, right? You see there's a total of 9, but their average is only 5 for occupying area space, giving each number. Like if you went into a box and dropped all the pool balls, right? Pool balls have different numbers. Why? What is the difference? So I find a happy medium where they tell.
Let him answer. Why do pool balls have different numbers?
You see, I can say, well, I don't know. For myself, I'm going to tell you what they do. The 5 ball, okay, and the 13 ball are both orange. One is a stripe, one is a solid. You have to note that with pool, there are 8 solid balls, all the way up to the 8. In pool, every single ball, okay, is going to have either black on it or white on it. That means they're going to belong either with what is the cue ball, okay, and what is the 8 ball. Those are the only 2 balls that have, the cue ball has white, but the 8 ball has both white and black on it because the numbers are all black and the little spot eyes are all white.
And they're all coloured as well, aren't they? So you have 1 and 9, which is yellow, 2 and 10, which is blue, 3 and 11's red, 4 and 12's purple, 5 and 13's orange, 6 and 14's green, 7 and 15's maroon, and 8 is black. So everything's numbered and calculated in its coordinated order and colour-coded.
Right. So the number 1 ball is going to tell me that if I was the letter ace, right? Everybody's seen what the A letter looks like. It looks like an ace. But that letter, when it's cut in half, can have the left angle and the right angle. When you cut something in half, there's only one letter in the alphabet that does it, and it's the letter I. So you split it in half. You have the left A, you have the right A. What does the I mean? The I is the holder of both sides. But when one holds two sides. It holds 4, 1, 4 to each side. It is the center of the 9 areas, which can only leave one number left over, and that's 8. It's 8 areas that surround one area. This is the way our system is set up. And then what they do in order, this formation has to happen, okay, before the numbers start to repeat their cycles again. You need to have 36 numbers in order to do it, or 3 sets of 12. And I can show you the design in 2 minutes. This is what happens in the game of roulette. The game of roulette that everybody sees as 1 through 36, okay, just like that. The red and the black that you see in roulette is actually coded. It's coded, but nobody really notices it. I'm going to just take it over and just show you it right now. And I'm a little bit all over the place. I don't like that. All right, let me show you. Okay. These are all little dots on the floor. 3 dots, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 20, 24, 27, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36. If you notice, X and X. So I go, okay, I have a reflection. I go, okay, I have a reflection. Where's my reflection here? I go all the way down to the bottom. Boom, I have a reflection. I know it took 36 to complete this reflection. What happens is number 1 is here, and number 1 is here. Number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are all red in roulette. But when you get to 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, it's no longer red, it's now black. When you get to 19 over here, this one is red. 19 is just like 10, is just like 1. The difference is 1 plus 9 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, but 1 and 9 are both red. When it comes to the number 1, it's different from all the other numbers. They follow sequence. Everything that's even will be black, and everything that is odd will be red. Like if I go to number 46, 4 and 6 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, that is going to be a black number. 46, 64, 28, 82. 19 and 91, they're very special. They're going to connect AI, they're going to connect spirit, they're going to connect the 9/11 system. I can show you that in just 1 second. I'm going to show you how the 9/11 system connects. And this is where the moon comes in. The numeric value for the moon, just to know, and birth, B-I-R-T-H. Okay, and I didn't say B-E-A-R-T-H because that would be a sun birth. This is a moon birth. It's 57. A sun birth is 54. But anyways, 1 and 8 is 9. 2 and 7 is 9. And the belt, 4 and 5 is 9. 3 and 6 is over here. And this is our base creation. Our creation happens right here. It takes 1 between 2 to equal to 3. And I use my instruments to take a look. Is that true? Did that happen? Where is it? There it is. 1 and 2 all comes together to create 3. So I count 3, and I can see there's 3 here and 3 here. I know every single one of these.
It all comes to a point.
Meaning coming to a point, meaning
What I just said.
you mean because it comes to a point here?
Yeah.
Well, but I'm looking at more what's left over. But yes, it comes to a point. This comes to a point. It's actually a heart point. If I would design it over here, we'd have this center over here, right? And you would add on, we'd add on this side over here, and then we'd add on this side over here. And that's why it comes to that, because it's incomplete. All these are skeletons. Everything is incomplete. Whatever we see is incomplete. You might see a 3, but in this cube here is 3 dots and 6 void. Okay, and then on this side, right, you can see there's 5 dot, but look, there's 4 void inside of this. Every single one of these faces are telling stories. There are two 6 and 3s. There are two 4s and 5s. So when you have 6 3 5 4, okay, believe it or not, LOVE 3 6 5 4. Did you know that this word here, the pen word with the number 15 next to it, or the vegan word over here is number 54, and this word over here is 63. They're identical to the word love.
No.
Did you know that?
So, are you assigning a letter, like a number to each letter, doing this?
Well,
Numerical value.
yes.
Is it just the order of the alphabet, though?
No, it's in a it depends on what cipher and what alphabet you use. He's using the universal mathematics, which is the true mathematics.
And then you've got a circle of life as well.
But is he using A's 1, B's 2?
Right now, yes.
Right.
Right now, yes. And I'm understanding that when you look at this, when you see the 1 over here, right, there's going to be 8 around because I use this tool over here. This tells me about this. But there's different ways to look at it, and I don't want to complicate anything right now, okay? Because this can be chopped up into 9 areas as much as it can be chopped up into 4 areas because dots and dashes are not the same. Let me just show you. If I make 1 dot here, let's say I make 4 dots and 1 dot. This one here can look like this at the end. This one here is going to look like this at the end. See the way I encompassed? It took 4 dots to encompass 1 area. Here it took 1 dot, which is the heart of 4 areas.
Yes, you're drawing like a square.
But this one can go in here, over here, over here, over here, or over here. Or if you hung it up, it can go into the center. If we put up a hanging and we can just shove it on that. We can put a template over this and we can have 4 playing inside 9. It just so happens that this is 33 and this is 22. Does anybody know where I got the simple number from?
Sorry, I missed you there. How do you fit that 4 square into 1 square? What's the hanging thing?
This area over here, when the X marks the spot, you can just hang it up over there. It'll fit in. I can make another square here. Do you see this?
Oh, right. Yeah, you got it. In the middle, like.
Right. Now, I think they call it, there's a name for that somewhere online. I don't remember what they called it. But there is an actual cube that looks like that. But it's too intricate for me. I'd like to believe that I'm one of the children of creation. I'm one of the orphan children, right? That came here. I don't know how to exactly.
You're a child of God, though.
Child of God. We're all children of the Creator. I don't really like to use the word God because a long time ago I had this dream and the word God said to me, "Gates of the Omega divide, where I get to have the last choice." But the air I breathe and the body I was given to live in is going to actually be guiding me along the way as much as I'm going to choose, right? I might get an ache and pain. The bell might ring. I don't think that it just happens just like that. We live inside the ocean, inside a womb of creation. All of us, even the evils who paid to be here, that are supposed to be teaching us, right? I'm not going to get into that right now. Too long of a discussion for that. But let me get back to where was I? Yes, I want to look up this. Hold on a second. And it's been in a game, Orphan Roulette. Check this out. Check this game out. Orphan Roulette. The reason I'm showing you this is when you count 17, 34, and 6 is 57. Right? This is for the future. I don't know if I'm going to explain the whole thing right now. 1, 21, 14, 31, and 9. It's 57, 75. Right? 5, 7, 7, 5. Gematria goes 1 through 7 and then down to 1 again. So one of the things about 57, 75, just let me switch this camera around. I jump onto I'm on like 10 different subjects because this thing just keeps going. You know, it just keeps going.
What's the main thrust of what you're trying to show us?
What I just showed you.
He's trying to show you what you were saying before, that numbers basically don't mean nothing, mate. So what he's just done and come up.
I never said that.
So what I'm trying to show is that, first of all, I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay, I had no idea where I was going to get to today, that it was going to have any meaning. But let me go back to what I was showing you first before I get back to that. When I showed this over here, the female and the male part, okay, over here, the total is 117. Love uses the same numbers. Your 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the only numbers that are 2 by 2. The 1 and the 2 are the only two numbers on the 6 sides of the dice that do not have a repeated number. With the 1, there's an H8. And with the 2, it's G7. It just so happens when they spoke about the dolphin before, when the P and H come together, and it sounds like F. And the G and H, they can both be silent, or the G and H can be silent, or it can be in laugh. They both sound like F.
Yeah, but a wire goes in a circle, doesn't it? You know, when you get if you get a wire, it just goes in a circle. So I can't understand what you're on about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, a wire?
Yeah, a wire or a cord. And what you do, it just all goes round and round.
The current in the wire keeps on continuing through the circuit.
So what's going to happen, okay? What happens? Like, I just had this, like, dream the other night that how did Adam pass the rib to Eve? And then it, boom, Eve was the ring, okay? Adam was the pole. When the two elements met, a ring, okay, of electricity around, and then boom, the electric shot out and ribs were formed between Adam and Eve.
Hence the circle of life.
Adam and Eve, 1414. Eve is 545, the same numeric value as the sun. Adam is a 145 and Eve is a 454. The ring, did I get that right? 5, 10, 4, 14. The ring of this cube is all 14s. When you add up the dots, 2, 8, 7, 2, 8, 13, and 1, 14. 4, 2 is 6, and 5 and 3 is 14. 6 and 1 and 4 and 3 is 14. But at the same time it's 14, it's also 22. Every single side of this cube has 9 area spaces. So when you're looking at two sides, there was a discussion the other day. I don't remember the full discussion, but 2 and 5 is 7. If I only look at one side, you're going to have a face of 9. If you're going to count both sides, you're going to have, let's 5 here and 2 here is 7, but you're going to have 7 here and 4 here is 11. It's 7, 11, 99. That's what this cube is. 7, 11, 99. If you don't understand, I will explain it. Ask me. I will repeat it again.
Deacon, can you explain what he's on about?
7, 11, 99. He's explaining the dimensions and the vortexes between the numbers. And
well, what it actually is, okay, and you mentioned before 270s, not 277.
I was thinking 256 isn't calculated as 2 plus 5 plus 6 is 13, then 1 plus 3 is 4. So the digital root of 256 is 4.
Right. Is that 16 by 16?
Yeah.
So the 512, hold on, 256 plus times 2 is 512. Okay, if you talk about 512, like the GBs, like the memory, now don't forget, I don't know very much of anything. I can just put all the numbers in place. If you're looking for something, I can tell you where it comes from. Right? And number 5, okay, is the primary.
What you're doing here is it's the arithmetic of algebra. So the cube of the number is in its third power, which is the result of the multiplication of 3 instances of an n together, which is the pi. The cube of the number or any mathematical expression is donated by the subscript 3 for the example 2 over 3 equals 8. or x plus 1 is 3.
Okay, I'm not very good at math. Okay, I'm only good at finding this stuff. So, but everything is 3. Everything is
Don't
3.
worry, mate. We're not good at maths.
Math,
I just
math.
tried to break it down a bit better for you, the algebra, because he's using dimensions. He's going through this in his mind.
Well,
So you've got to understand he's projecting this in his own. He's reading it through. He's basically reading it like a crystal, if you get me.
But I'm looking. See, this is 1 and 8, right? And what's funny about 1 and 8 is they actually mathematically follow each other. Like if I said, if you write down, or let's multiply something, 4 times 1 equals 4. Now, please, I hope everybody has the same answer as me. 4 times 1 is 4. The difference between the number I started with, 1, and 4 equals to 3. Now, because 8 is the missing piece, area space, just these 8 area spaces. Now I'm going to go 4 times 8.
Yeah, but 1's a circle.
Okay, if you want to talk about circles, I can talk about circles, but what does it mean 1's a circle? What are you telling me?
Well, 1.
Oh, okay, you're talking about one dot.
It's just a dot.
Right, but the thing is, they're all
So
circles.
that's really powerful.
They're all
And
circles.
7's a really powerful number. Don't show me that 6.
You like this 6 or do you want this 6? Which one do you prefer? And what about this 6? Because there's another 6. This cube, okay, has a one
There is a
face.
circle.
Thi-
There's no circle.
Yes, I completely understand that, but there's many dimensions of understanding the cube. This cube has 3 opposite sides. It has 2 sides to a pole and 4 sides to a ring. You want me to talk about one? I'll talk about the 9 face, the 9 months of birth. You want to talk about your birthday? I'll talk about going around. Because when you go around this, there's going to be 3 of these on every single side, equaling to the 12 months. Call it your birthday. Your 9 and your 12 come together. Call it Lily. Because one creates the L, the other creates the I. From 12, the 12th letter is L. The face of every side is a 9. But it goes together different. This is a 549. But it's also, not only is it a 549, it's a 5 times 4, 20. 5 plus 4 equals to 9 equals to 29. The year 2025 is being represented by the female. 4554. It's also represented by the sun. It's also represented by the fox, which
Yeah,
is
and
6.
the sun's round. The sun is round.
Yeah, the sun is round, that we know of, that we see. Yes, it's round. So round, okay, the thing about, if you want to talk about round, we're going to talk about Valentine's then. Okay, maybe this will help. Valentine's is on the 14th day of the second month of the year, right? But it's also a gateway pass, because what happens is from December 25th, okay, all the way up to Valentine's Day equals to a total of 51 days. In between what is 51 is 234, where the C is the heart, is the round of the creation of that area space. It's also noted to be what is noted to be as monkey. It goes to male because it's this
Exactly.
finger over here. This finger over here is going to represent the heavens of creation and the word monkey. At the same time, ape, number 22, is also going to be represented by this finger over here. 22, star math, 2 times 2 times 2. Or sorry, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8. 44 is a division of day and night, where there's 16 hours of day and 8 hours of night, where the day, the AM of noted what is the day, is going to start during the dark. Day starts during the dark. Does anybody agree or disagree with this? I'm going to tell you why it starts in the dark, because when it's 12 a.m., I'm in bed, sleeping. So for me, it starts in the dark. And my work that I do is for the children, the innocent ones who haven't been indoctrinated to see things differently, in order to understand the basics of the knowledge of this cube. And when they talk about the black cube, Saturn's cube, this is to me what it is. They were talking about 99 before. The importance of 99 is one of the reasons for 99 being different from a dollar is that when you look at 99, you'll look at the pound key. You'll look at the change in your pocket. Because after 99, it's a dollar. And when it's a dollar, okay, it's got the dollar sign. The dollar sign on your keyboard and the pound key on your keyboard is located, okay, on the 3 and on the 4. See right? The 4 is the dollar sign. The 4th planet is Mars. It's the money planet. It's the house of Bait. I like to call it Bait or B-E-T. It is the circumference, okay, around the main alpha. The main alpha pole in the center to the circumference. The A letter is to one side and is to the other side. To the 3rd planet and to the 4th planet. All connected to Venus 1, Venus 2, Venus 3, Venus 4. It's Venus 4, gateway 420. Time, heaven, creation. Where do I get this number? It's because listen to what 420 does. First of all, the French, when they say 80, they don't say it as a word the way we say it. The pronunciation of the way they say it is 80, and the language is 420. They're saying 4 times 20 to create. Now, why are we creating all these 20 quarters? And at the same time, when we create these 20 quarters, we all have to understand we're passing through this. 4 times we pass through this, but we never count it. 4 times 5 equals to 20. First time we hit 5, it's the letter E. The second time we hit 5, it's the letter J, 2 times 5. The third time we hit the E, it's 15. The letter O, which is the 15th letter, now you have a combination of 1 and 5, which 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, our vibration fits in between. And what's funny about our vibration is that our creation, 36, where number 45 or 54 fit in between this, which is the female and the heart. Okay, the sun, the love, the connection of 2 wings. Wow, where am I with this? This was 36, 45. I just lost myself by explaining. Just give me a second to catch up. Wow, I don't like to do that. I just lost full connection with my vision. Just give me 1 second. 36, 45. Okay, yes, okay. So what it is here's see the A letter? See this A letter? Well, what's going to happen is the I letter splits it up. You have a left side, and a right side to the A. I like to call it the delta angle. The outside of here is going to be 2 moons connected to Venus. They're going to be the moons of Mars. You're going to have the singular moon of Earth right in the center. These are going to be around the ring, okay? Like the California Angels, like their logo. There's going to be a ring. It's going to connect to the right side, 369, and the left side, 1, 4, and 7.
369, yeah.
Right? Your 369 equals to 18R. Your 18R automatically tells you, according to shapes, all shapes and sizes, weights and measures, is showing me this sign over here. They show the 180-degree division. They can show me it this way, or they can show me it this way. When they show it to me this way, I will be lying in my bed, okay? And if I, on the ring, if I'd be lying on the ring, I'd have my feet on one side of the ring and my feet on the other side of the ring. I'd be in one world and the other world. When I go to sleep at night, I'll be running, right, with my encompassed moon in the heart, which is going to be Luna, to the 2 moons that are connected in the Venus world, which is going to be the moons of Deimos and Phobos. In actuality, the moon we see in our sky is really not even ours. It belongs to Mars, and the Mars moons belong to Earth. The 2 moons of Mars with the third planet Earth equals to 5. The one moon of Earth with the fourth planet Mars equals to 5. Venus is the second planet. Venus is going to connect to the lunar moon in our sky. Mercury, that has no moons, is going to connect to the Mars moons, and that's what's going to create your 33. The reason why, one of the reasons 33 is so strong is, first of all, on the fourth dimension, right, everything becomes 33. I'm going to explain this to you in a minute. I'm going to see where I am with this. So yes, I wanted to show how the Venus moon connects, right, how it connects here. Now, why I said 420.
33 semicircles.
Semicircles, yeah, maybe they will be semicircles. I'd have to take a look and design it a little bit better. Yes, and if it's a semicircle, you're going to create a double D with the semicircle because they end. There's going to be a backbone splitting them apart. Either it's going to be for the H letter. The H is what's on the outside. The H is going to be connected to these two moons over here. The I will be connected to the moon over here in the center, which is going to be connected to the two outside moons. We have an operator. I'm just trying to see where I'm gauged with this. Yeah, so we have the H, yes. So when we have the H and the I, when you take a look at this, you can put a bar across this one. That'll create your H. When you create your H on the cube, you're going to show a 3-4. When you create the I on the cube, you're going to create the 2-5. Now, what the complete story of this is, some days I'm on to tell you a little bit of the story. Some days I'm off. I can tell you that 2-5 are part of the Mars quarters. The 3-4 is part of the E world, the 0.5 E world direct connect. It's going to be the half world. One of the reasons I'm understanding over 20 years of work is that the reasons all the statues, the noses were broken off is because you can divide your face in half. Understanding that when you divide something in half, if you divide 2 ears, you get 1 and 1. When you divide 2 eyes, you get 1 and 1. But when it comes to dividing your nose, right, you're only getting a half of 1. Because it's 1 nose, even though you share a nostril. It becomes 0.5. Now, I'm not sure what to say for the mouth. When I split the mouth in half, I have to think about this. I didn't think of the mouth. It looks like 2 C's. With the mouth together, it could be the O. But when you split it in half, it would be CC. It just so happens, CC as 3-3, that it will create the O mathematically. It's just ironic, but it does. 3 times 3 equals to 9. Your birth in the womb. 3 plus 3 equals to 6 when you come here on the sixth day. 9 and 6 equals to 15. The letter O, which in order to create this, you need the A with the E. Now we already established that the A is going to be on 2 sides because it's split, connected with the 1 moon. You know, look, I'm apart. Put a ball over these 2 connections. You won't see these 2 connections because there's a moon over it. And you won't hit the edge of the table over here either. Also, we have to understand when we have something at the corners, every one of these corners has a value of 3. The value over here is a value of 2, and the value in the center is a value of 1. If you pick up a Rubik's Cube, right, you'll see these 2 areas here on Rubik's Cube, but in the corners, it's all 3s. There's 24 colors to the center, 24 to the corner.
In the middle, it's round.
In the middle, it's round?
Yeah.
It turns around. One of the things about the round is it's the heart of the circumference in where the lunar moon will reside. When you have the heart of this circumference, it's going to be the valuation of anything that adds up to 10. That can be split in half, will be into the E world because you have the left side and the right side, and you have 10 and 10. 5 and 5, but the 5 you get is when you get into the 5th position. You just don't go to the center. You have to go completely into the position and encompass that area. And when you go from the other side, you have to encompass the area. When you're connecting two wires together, you're not touching the fifth area. You overlap them like that. So they each get to count 1 and 1 over each other. They become duplicated. You take the wire, you put the wire in. How do I connect this wire? I put the wire together like that. Now the wire's together, right? Or the screw, and I've locked the two hands together. So we spoke about the 99 cents, and another thing about that 99 cents is when you have a dollar, when you get to 10, okay, 1, 3, 1, 4, 7, 10, we flip everything over. 10 is 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So we flip it over. In roulette, every time we get to 10, it goes between red to black to red to black. The rotation in the numbers in roulette, 1, 4, 7, 10, it happened on the fourth one, right? Over here, I repeat the first one over here. I only move from here to here once, to here twice, to here 3 times, and I'm back at the beginning. But the leap year takes 4 complete years to do this. So we're working at some things will be 3 and other things will be 4, and sometimes they work in conjunction, like understanding this equation. There are 3 moons, okay, that happen in 84 days. 3 times 28 equals to 84. But it's 4 times 21 to equal to 84. Because when you run it by the cube, right, it's 21 dots times 4 equals to 84. But what is the cycle moon of 28? Well, it's the man moon. Air and man both equal to 28. It's in the TH world, time heaven. It's in the IT system of the heavens birth, 28 and 29. One of the reasons why Valentine's Day, I believe, is on the 14th, not only because it's the 45th day of the year, not because when you add up all these numbers, 1 through 9, it equals to 45, okay? It's also represented the second month, 1 and 4 equals to 5, and it talks about Earth, the quarter house to Mars. Although you see 25 representative, 25% of 100, the Mars house, this house, the time we run in, is 4 times 15, equaling to the 60. The number 51 is for Mars. The number 52 is for Earth. At the same time, in games, they call out the word yo, 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 elev. In French, it means the student. Yo is Y25 for Earth, 3 times 120 degrees for 360. The O is 4 times 90 for 360, and it is the 15th letter. For Mars, 5 and 1 Mars, 5 and 2 Earth, 103. JC, like Jesus Christ. 103 is also the king and the queen coming together. 103 is for September, in where September, the French saying of sept is 7 in the 9th month, because the 9th month comes between the separation gate, which is the number 420. You remember I mentioned 80 before? 4 times 2, 8. 4 plus 2, 6. What fits in between? 7. Now, mathematically, and I back everything up with math and the cube and the calculator and the alphabet. If you want to see where 666, what 1776 is, did you know all the Roman numerals, when added up to a single digit, is 15151515? Did you know that the reverse Roman numerals in 1776 all reflect each other? And the center one is the L50, is the only difference. It becomes 666, and then 5 is in the center. Let me come back to finish with this piece I was doing here, but I'm going to show you a quick rendition of 1776. Please interrupt, or if you have a question, go ahead. (1776). The first number is 1,000. The last number is 1. 1 and 1. 500 for the D. V is 5. 5. C is 1. 100. C is 1/100, X 10, X 10. 1776 splits in the E world right over here. 511. Does anybody know what 511 just happened on 511? And it's also road assistance when you're on the highway. Remember what the word highway is. H and I, 8 and 9. The birth comes into the heaven through the seventh gate, through 420. Communication.
0.0.45454545454.
Okay, tell me about that, because I have something for that. I did that something like that. What? Go ahead.
That's the maths, the ratio to 511.
Okay, because that's very interesting. I'm gonna have to listen to this again. Just give me 1 second. I want to write something down. This is.
It's 0.4545454545 and 4.
Okay, if you're looking at it Roman numeral way, like, hold on, is it this?
It's 6 4s and 5 5s.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, when you say that, I have two mathematical. Hold on.
You've got the O, and then the 4, the 5, 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 and the 4.
Okay, just 1 second. 12,
The
16,
D and the E,
20.
the D and the E, 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 and the D.
Yeah, the D and the E, the D and the E, the D and the E. Okay, now what it is the D and the E, okay, which is 4.5, which is going to be the Fox. The reason for this, it's basic. F6, O15, X24 equals to 45. Okay, the sun equals to 54, love equals to 54. Your rotation in 9 and 6, 9 times 6 equals to 54. The lower part of that is 9 by 5 equals to 64. That's our base creation. Our 6, 5, 11 is our base creation for the reason of alpha, beta. Here's A and B, and the reverse of it is 6 and 5. This is number 4 is 20% of 5 is 1. Minus it, we become 4. Add it, it becomes 6. Just 1 second. I just want to see if I can do this, and this. Okay, let's see. Can you see this? Is there any way let me check if I can turn my camera around another way. No, I can't. Okay.